Silence, breath, reinvention. Your 5-minute reset starts now. Welcome to the Midlife Reinvention Podcast, a podcast helping women in career and life transitions achieve clarity on their next steps so they can transform uncertainty into an energizing next chapter. I'm your host, Kavita Ahuja, and the founder of It's My Time Now Coaching. If you're wondering what's next in your career or life, you are in the right place. Through solo and guest episodes, you'll gain practical tips, tools, and inspiration to help you uncover blocks, gain confidence, and be, do, and have what you want. I rediscovered myself after the age of 50, and I know you can too. It's my time now to help you do just that. I'm so excited you're here. Let's dive in. Hello, and welcome to another mini episode of the Midlife Reinvention Podcast. I'm your host, Kavita Ahuja, a career and life transitions coach and founder of It's My Time Now Coaching. A few weeks ago, I was high in the Swiss Alps and I shared a morning coffee with two extraordinary women, Funda, who's a functional breathing instructor from Istanbul, and Galia, who is a former real estate lawyer from Bulgaria, who's now a Chopra certified whole health teacher. If you missed their full interviews, go back to episode 221. Their stories are raw and hopeful and instantly relatable. Today, I've distilled the moments that made us all sit a little taller, plus some practical ways that you can weave those insights or their insights into your own life. The first lesson is this: let fear ride, but keep your hands on the wheel. The idea here is that fear won't vanish. It just needs some new seating. When Funda finally said, I'm scared of succeeding, her power immediately shifted. The lesson for you here is to voice your specific fear, whether that's to yourself or to a trusted friend or a colleague. Replace the what if I fail with what if this is evidence that I'm expanding? So, what is one thing you can do this week to let your fear ride? Maybe you can post one short piece of expertise online, or maybe volunteer to lead a 5-minute segment at your next team meeting. When you practice these small, consistent, low-stake actions, your fear will settle into the backseat. The second lesson is to audit your energy, not just your time. Galia reminded us that tiredness is often miscalculated or misallocated energy. It's not just about an overloaded calendar. So a good exercise for you to try is this. Take out a piece of paper and draw 3 columns on the page. On the top of each column, the first column, write what energizes me. The second column is neutral. And the third column is what drains me. Then look at the tasks that you did yesterday and plug each of these tasks or interactions into one of these 3 columns. Next, circle one of the tasks that you would put in the drains me column and think about how you can delegate or delete or reshape that task this week. Then next, look at one of the items in the energizes me column and try even 10 minutes of it to incorporate it more into tomorrow's schedule. Over the time, this simple swap of activities that energize and versus drain you will nudge your daily rhythm towards more of that anabolic or building up energy rather than the catabolic or draining, depleting energy. And just as Galia reminds us, this depleting energy can spiral. So try that exercise this week. The third lesson is that the next step reveals the map. As both women shared, and as I often do as well, is this: you don't really need the entire staircase. You need the first illuminated step. So try this exercise this week. Set a 15-minute timer and think about your next goal and choose the tiniest possible version of that goal. For example, if you are going to be working on a workshop, maybe it's about building the outline of the workshop, or drafting a LinkedIn headline, or just researching one training program. And stop when the timer rings. If you end on progress, not exhaustion, that conditions your brain to see actions as doable. Then you can schedule the second and the third 15-minute blocks before you close your calendar. Consistency over intensity always wins. Lesson 4 is that silence is a strategy. The key idea here is that answers do surface when the noise subsides. And try the strategy called the 2-minute breathing anchor. First, inhale for 4 counts, hold for 2, exhale for 6, and then hold again for 2. And repeat this 6 times. Again, inhale for 4 counts, hold for 2, exhale for 6, and then hold for another 2. And repeat this 6 times. And while you're doing this, ask yourself one guiding question. What am I truly tired of or secretly hungry for today? When you capture the first honest thoughts, when you ask yourself those questions in a notebook or just writing it down somewhere or even thinking about it, the clues you will gather often point straight to your Ikigai sweet spot. Lesson 5 is to ask strategically for support. The key idea is that self-sufficiency is admirable, but connections are sustainable. A good exercise that you could implement this week is this. Identify one person in your network who's already doing a version of what you really would love to do or what you would crave to do. Send that person a short message, something like, your journey from X to Y really caught my attention, and could I treat you to a virtual coffee to learn what surprised you the most about your journey? Something like that. Prepare one question and listen deeply and offer genuine value in return when you do have the meeting with this person. The networks you build like this are so valuable and will really allow you for insights that you may not have arrived on your own. So, my friend, here are the quick recaps from my interview with Funda and Galia. The first is that fear can stay, but you're driving. The second is to balance your energy ledger. The third is to take the smallest bold step and let the path unfold. The fourth is to use silence to hear your own wisdom. And the fifth is to lean into your community, not away from it. If even one of these lessons sparks an interest in you, that's your sign. I'd love to hear if you tried any of these exercises and what happened as a result. Just shoot me a line at kavita@itsmytimenowcoaching.com and let me know how you did these exercises and if they made a difference, even a small difference. I'd love to hear it. If you'd love some guidance on your next steps, my friend, let's explore it together during a complimentary Ikigai discovery call. The link is in the show notes, so book it today. We'll unpack what drains you, what lights you up, and we'll map a tailored plan to move you from maybe to meaningful action. So until next time, remember, midlife or mid-career is not a crisis. It's really an open invitation. Accept it with purpose and watch your next chapter become your best one.